G'day, my name's Darryl Webb and today we're going to have a look at the Titan, a titanium bushcraft grill by Arcadia gear. Anyway, let's get into it. We'll start off with some of its specs and what it is and what it's actually for. I've got it sort of written down on here. So it's commercially pure grade 2 titanium. It is, dimensions are 7 inches by 14 inches. The weight of the grill itself is 15 ounces or 430 grams, and the case weighs a measly 2 ounces or 58 grams. Now, what sort of makes this different than any of the other grills that I've sort of come across or used before in the past? It's very similar in a way. It comes in a nice case and it's titanium, but obviously it's a bit bigger. But what makes this one unique is that it's freestanding. So there's sort of a medium height, a high height and a low height. Some of the things I have actually sort of enjoyed about it is it's this flexibility. There's sort of no more having to cut green logs or find rocks at different heights to try and set you above the coals how you want it. I would have to say this would have to be probably the lightest, if not the lightest, one of the most lightest grills available that's freestanding. There's other manufacturers maybe that made some similar weights or something, but I haven't seen anything sort of constructed like this, because this is actually strong. You can put this over the coals or over your flames and actually cook a meal on here, and it's large enough to have, you know, a fair bit of meat on there, and it's also strong enough. I mean, this has no worries about fitting on even on its highest setting where it might be a little bit loose. It's there's no worries at all about this. You could put a cast iron skillet on this and it's strong enough. It's the design is fantastic. So we'll talk about its construction a little bit. We'll start with the case. The case is I'm not sure what it's actually made of. It just feels like a nylon. They've definitely gone for a more light construction. It still feels like it should be reasonably hard wearing, but the stitching quality looks good. There's no real faults, there's no real loose threads or anything like that. It's a Velcro opening on the front for putting your grill, putting your grill actually in and whatnot. The inside's sort of vinylized, so that's good because sometimes when these grills get quite messy, when you've been out using them, cooking over a fire, they can sometimes have bits of charcoal or burnt meat stuck to them, so you want that. The grill. Now, it says that it's all hand welded titanium. Now, it looks to be that's probably the way it's manufactured and then sandblasted to give it a sort of smoother finish. The weld quality looks good on it. The spacings are all very well laid out. You sort of put them at the different heights, they sort of sit quite level. It's sort of constructed with a heavier wire frame around the outside and 2 pieces running through the middle and ones at each end, so the legs have something to lock into, and that's sort of the same size material that the legs themselves are made out of. It's a slightly lighter duty, lighter threaded rod, or lighter rod that goes across it, but all in all the welds look good, the spacing's good, it's very square, it's very everything sort of as you would want for a well-made product that you're going to get a lot of use out of. All in all, I'd say the actual manufacturing is top notch. We'll do some pros and cons on it. I've used this a few times now, and I honestly can say I can't really find any cons with it. It's easy to clean up. It does everything it's meant to do. The construction's good. So if this is the type of thing that you like to do, cook over a fire for a few more extra people, that is one of the pros of this one, is that it's a bit bigger unit. You know, I've found that I can fit 4 porterhouse steak on here, or sort of 3 porterhouse and some lamb chops and things like that. It's just a bit bigger grill. More pros are it cleans up relatively easy. It's not quite as fine mesh as some of the smaller models, but that also has a little bit of a con. It's a little bit heavier. If you're someone who's trying to go ultralight, then this is a little bit heavy. This one being the whole package a little bit under, or a little bit over a pound, or a little bit under half a kilo, is a little bit heavier than some of the other models. But with that said, if you're sort of going 3 or 4 people, this is perfect. Another pro is, well, if you haven't cooked on an open fire or over open coals before, you're doing yourself a disservice, because even a cheap cut of meat comes out quite tender and very tasty. You know, as the fat renders off on the side of your lamb chops or your steak, it drips down and smoke comes up, and you get a really, really good flavour. I've found with thicker cuts of meat, which are, you know, popular to sort of grill over a coal bed or over over a fire, is this 3 height adjustment. Sort of, for instance, if you're cooking porterhouse steaks, if you want them medium rare, go to low setting. And almost by the time it's nice and brown on one side, flip it, brown it off the other, it's perfectly medium rare. If you like medium, go up to the middle height. And I found that if you cook it, you know, nice and brown on one side, turn it over, nice and brown on the other, you get a nice medium steak. Up high, I haven't actually tried cooking a steak on, but I imagine if you like your steaks well done, just by having that higher, you slow down the cooking process. By the time it's brown on each side and then flip it over, it'll be well done. So it actually makes things quite simple for if you're trying to cook a, you know, nice thick cuts of meat. It helps like that. It also is just good for sometimes you've got more delicate cuts and things like that where you don't want to cook too fast. Having the ability to lift it up higher like this off the coal bed gives you a lot of flexibility, and you can cook right out to the edges. There's no more a rock or a log holding under here, so you've only end up with a little tiny cooking surface. This actually, you can cook right. You can actually hang it off the end. You get the full use of the size of the grill and as a total cooking surface. Who's this for? So, as I was saying, if you're someone who's trying to go ultralight and there's sort of only 1 or maybe 2 of you, this might be bigger and a little bit more heavy duty than what you need, and maybe some of the smaller models are actually better. If you're a bushcrafter and you're not hiking in too far with your pack, if you're only going a few k's to get to the destination, under half a kilo, it's still lightweight, and it's definitely got more room on it. You know, you can do a few things on this at once. If you're someone who travels by kayak or going not too far, this is a great option. I also think this could overlap into the four-wheel drive world. Now, having four-wheel drive toured all around the place, sort of around most of this country, I've found that your traditional cast iron cookware and grills and things like that, they are heavy in your four-wheel drive, and before you know it, you're really fighting weight. So for car campers, caravanners, things like that, who want a grill but really want to lighten their weight, I think this is actually really good. This is sort of overlaps. Not only is it good for your bushcraft type scenario or lightweight boating and things like that, this one actually will, having the room to sort of fit on, 4 steaks. You can sort of cook for 4 people on this. This is good. This is a small family grill, and it's lightweight. Then is like compared to cast iron and things like that. It's much lighter. Okay. In conclusion, I can definitely see myself using this one quite a lot. I think this is going to be a staple in my car camping kit, and also when I camp out of my canoe, or I'm not camping too far away from the car so I don't have to hike too far. This is a really handy size grill for the way I do things with me and a couple of my kids, sometimes 3 of my kids, sometimes all 5 of us. I can make this work. I'll put a link in the description to Arcadia gear. Just so you know, this grill was actually sent to me by Corey at Arcadia Gear. I did a review on the last grill, or last year sometime, and a couple of months later he did send me an email sort of saying g'day, and that informed me that he was actually the guy who designed that style of grill. And he said that he'd like to send one of these for me when they come out, if I'd like to check one out. And he was waiting for a patent, because unfortunately for him, his last design sort of ended up on the internet everywhere, and there's lots of manufacturers making it now with their names on it. So I was like, yeah, of course, mate, I'll be in on that. you're a legend, Corey. Anyway, so as soon as they come out and his pattern came through, so you were secure, he sent me this one. Would I buy this myself? I say for a lot of the things I do, definitely. For a lot of the things that maybe I would use in some of my normal videos, if I'm lightweight hiking or whatever, maybe I wouldn't suggest it for that, as I've sort of said. But I will definitely use this, and I will definitely buy it. The price is pretty fair. You've got to watch how the Australian exchange rates go if you're looking at it from Australia. Sometimes that, as with most things from the US, sometimes that makes things a bit too expensive, or can make you sometimes get a really good deal. So, but I'll put a link to Arcadia gear in the US, and that's where this guy sent one. And check out Corey's site on Arcadia gear. He's definitely got some good stuff that I'm interested in now, and I might have to buy a few more things and test out some more of it. But anyway, on that note, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like more gear reviews and outdoor stuff, then hit the subscribe button as well. Bye for now.